Hello everybody, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I made this really pretty pendant necklace using Beebeecraft beads and findings that they sent me, and I have a pair of earrings to match. I love the way this turned out. I just did this with a simple eye pin, so I hope you enjoy watching this, and I will explain everything when I show you my tutorial on how to do this. So if you want to learn how to make this beautiful necklace, then stay tuned. Hello everybody, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a really cool tutorial I'm doing using Beebeecraft's beads and findings. It's been a little bit because I was sick, and so I'm running a little behind on their video, but nevertheless I have been in my bead room and I've been working through what I want to use and make this beautiful pendant necklace that I kind of created in my head, and I think it's gonna look really cool. And I'm also gonna do a pair of earrings with it. So let me just tell you, I have a coupon code BNJewelry10. I will leave the link below in the comment section, the description section. So it's BNJewelry10, and you get 10% off your whole order from them. And they also have a lot of sales all the time. So, you know, when you go on, you know, check that, because they always have sales going on. Their beads are so beautiful. And they also have a YouTube program, and this is what I am part of. And if you have more than 100 subscribers, you can be part of it, where they send you free beads or free findings, and you make videos for them. The fun thing about this is they let you go and pick out your own stuff. At least they've been letting me, and I've been having a blast with this. So, without further ado, let me explain everything here. I wanted to get my sheets out so that I can tell you exactly what everything is. So, I'm starting with this. I did an unboxing. It was a couple months ago. So I have all of these beautiful findings in here, all different shapes and sizes and everything. So I'm going to be using these, and I will, you know, explain them as I'm using them. So let me close this up. I don't want that to drop. Then I have, and I will leave the links below in the description to all the stuff I'm using today. I'm going to be using the Aventurine Jasper beads. These are so pretty. Let me make sure I got my lighting. Okay. So the Aventurine Jasper beads, so pretty. And then I'm using, let me grab this next one because I have all these different sheets. So these, let me show you the bag that they came in. Or, well, this is them in the bag. These are the Honey Handy Natural Hubi Turquoise Bead Strands, Faceted Cubes, 3mm. And I will leave the link below to these. These are so pretty. I don't know if you can see them up close like that, but they're just gorgeous. They have so many different little colors and striations in them that they're so beautiful when you use them to make jewelry. And then I'm also using, where are they at? The Honey Handy Natural Malaysia Jade Bead Strands Rondelle Dyed Faceted Mixed Color. So I'm using these two colors for them, and I also am using the jump rings. I will leave the link to this below. This is a really cool little thing to have for your bead stash. Let me tell you, it's a Honey Handy. It's a bunch, just a bunch of different sizes. There's 6 different containers, so you open them up. So I'm going to be using one of the smaller ones today. Let me show you that. Using the smaller one. putting that in there. And then I'm going to be using one of these. Oh. So I have those. And then, let me put that aside. Then I also have 2 crimp beads, a lobster clasp, and 2 crimp covers, and then 2 ear wires, along with everything else. So, let me kind of move everything out of the way so that I have some room here. And let me get some of my, oh, and I have 28 inches of beading wire. So I have that because I'm going to be doing like a strand, but I'm going to be wrapping this through there. So you'll get to see how I do that. So let me go. I'm going to open this up. I've got a couple of my little containers. And I'm going to start with the flower beads. I really like these. I have some of these. Then I'm going to use 1, 2, 4. I'm going to get like 4 of those. And then I also want to use, let me see, what else did I want to use? These are kind of cool too. I'm going to grab some of these. So grab a little bit of everything, just so this isn't in the way. This beautiful big container of stuff that I have so much fun with. Okay, so I have everything out. I think I went through everything I wanted to do. So what I want to do is I'm going to start, I have this eye pin. It's 1.5 inches long. And then for the earrings, I have 2 head pins that are 2 inches long. So I'm going to start with this. Let me, I kind of like to dump a little bit of everything out before I start. Hope everybody's doing well today. Starting with a few here. And then I got the green ones. Okay, the aventurine. Okay, so I'm going to start with one of the square turquoise. Then I'm going to do one of the rondelles. I'm going to do one of the flowers. And one of the greens. One of the flowers. And one of the reds. So I'm doing this like this. Oh, let me see. Nope. Hold on one second. I'm dropping this here. Okay, no, I'm not doing that one. That's right. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that these are both going the same way. The circles. I'm going to bend that like that. I'm going to take my roundnose pliers and wrap it around so that I have 2 circles like this. Okay. So I have this. So then I'm going to take my wire and I'm going to feed it through what would be the bottom. Oh, I'm sorry, I want this to be in, wanted the small piece to be on the top. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Let me kind of bring this around here. Okay, so you see I have it like this. Now I'm going to do, so I'm going to have it, it's going to wrap back around like this, and then I'm going to attach it up there again. So be patient with me. Once I get this going, it'll fall into place. So it's going to be going like this. If you could see that yet. We have that. I don't know if you can see that there. It's kind of hard when you're first doing it, because once you start, you know, putting everything together, then it's a little easier to understand. So I'm doing one of these. So if you could see how it's kind of rounding up. Like that. I'm going to do that. Trying to do one on each side just so it's kind of coming up like that. Okay. Don't want it to move too much here. We've got that. So you're seeing how it's kind of starting to even up like that, but we're going to actually have it going through those on the top now. So we have it like that. Okay, so we're going to do a flower. A green. A flower. Then I'm going to go to the other side and do a flower. A green. Another flower. Like this. And now if you're seeing, I'm trying to kind of show you guys how it's coming together. It's gonna like be circular. Okay, now I'm gonna do one, I'm gonna do two. Each one of these. One, two. Okay, so you see how that is like that. Now I'm going to put this one through here. Just going to lay that down and put this one through here. I'm going to pull these. And see how it makes this really pretty pendant? I love doing these kind of things. I think they look so pretty, you know, and you can just do something really easy, you know, and have it look like it's difficult when it's really not. So then with that, I need to make sure that these are the same. I forgot to tell you that. Make sure that these are pretty much the same. Yeah, they are. Okay, so we have that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to push that down like that. And I'm going to do a flower bead, a rondelle, and another flower bead. And then push this down, but we have to make sure that both of these are laying right like that. And then you can open it up and start your necklace. So you want to make sure that when you're making this, that it doesn't loosen up in there. So, and you know, you can be working and before you go to attach the crimp beads and crimp covers and everything at the end, then you can, you know, make sure that all that is good. So I'm going to do 2 more of these on this side and 2 more on this side. And that's how it starts. Look how pretty that looks. Looks so cool. I love it. It's just, it's got a really cool look to it. Okay, so now we're right here. So now I'm going to, let me dump these out. Okay, so we have those. So now I'm going to do a flower, aventurine, another flower. And as you start to put this on, the weight of the beads will help put this into place. You know, and these are gemstones, so they're, you know, they have a little more weight to them. So we have that. Open that up. I'm gonna do the red. Like that. Love the way this looks. I was working for a while on what I wanted to do. And I came up with this and I'm like, okay, this is it. You know, we sitting here in our bead rooms and, you know, we struggle. We're like, okay, what do I want to make? And, you know, and then when you find something you really like. Okay, so now we're going to move these. I got these in the way, even though they're out of the way. Okay. So I'm going to do another couple of these. Like that. I love the colors on these little square cute beads. They're so pretty. And I'm going to do a flower. I'm going to do a rondelle, a flower, and a green, and a flower, and then rondelle, like that. And I'm going to do 2 more with square beads. 1, 2. Okay, so there we are right there. I'm going to go do this on the other side. The flower, rondelle, flower, the green, the flower, the rondelle, and then 2 of these. 1 and 2. Okay. So you see how this is laying right here. And now I'm going to do those pretty ones. Do 3 of these in a row, just to add a little more of a metal look to the necklace. Okay, so we have this. Then we're gonna do the red. I'm gonna do flower, green flower, green, and oh, I need to poke a hole in that one. Flower, and a green. So see how that is? And we're going to do one more flower, like that. And then we're going to do rondelle. I'm going to clip this. I don't want it to fall apart. And I'm going to, I'm left-handed, so I'm going to switch the sides now. We're going to do, let me get these two out and do rondelle, the flower, green flower, flower, green and the flower, and then the rondelle. So pretty. Okay, so we have this. Now I'm going to do another one of these. Like that. And I'm going to do a green. And the green ones pretty much fit right in there. And the flower. Close that up. And do a green. And a flower. I'm going to see where this is at on my neck. Okay. So we are almost there. Make sure this stays in camera. I'm going to get a few more of my little fun pack. Okay. I'm going to get a few more of these gorgeous beads. I like to, lately when I've been making jewelry, I like to finish it off up at the top with smaller beads. So, let me see where my... Okay, so we have these. I'm going to add one of those flowers right there. Or not the flowers, the circular ones. I'm going to do another one of those, and another flower. And then we're gonna, I always recommend using these bead stoppers because you think nothing's gonna happen, and then you're like, oops. It's happened to me quite a few times, and there's nothing sadder than when you get a necklace and you're like, oh, I love the way this looks, and then it falls apart, and you can't remember what you did, and then you're like, oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, so now we have this. So now what I want to do is I want to do the rest going up there with these square beads because I love these. And I've been noticing, like, on my necklaces, I used to make them like, you know, the whole thing kind of chunky, and I don't really do that as much anymore, depending on, you know, the piece of jewelry I'm doing. But I like to have it a little thinner as it goes up towards the ending. It kind of looks more like it's finished, if that makes sense. So get this one. Just kind of holding, I like holding this around my neck so I can see. Okay. That is perfect. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we have 10 of those. Okay, so now we're going to do 10 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll put the rest in there. Hold this up, see how this looks. Just kind of measuring everything. Okay. Okay, so this is where we are at right now. So now you want to make sure, before you start to close this off, when you close each side, you want to make sure that this is all, you don't want to be too tight, so tight that it's buckles or anything, but you want to make sure that, you know, that it is laying right inside of there. So I'm going to take the crimp cover, I'm going to put it in there, and I'm going to make sure that, what I like to do is I like to, wait, let me get my crimp bead. I like to make sure, oh. Let me do that. Okay, come here. Okay, so I like to kind of round this as it's laying down so that I know it's not too stiff and straight. And I have the crimp bead inside of the crimp cover, and then I put my bent chain nose pliers in there, and then I just lift it up just a hair and I squeeze it. Okay, and I tug on it, then I take this, turn this around, and I tuck this back inside some of the beads. And it usually pops out somewhere. There it is. There it is, let me. So I pull that through like that. And I turn that. Make sure that it's laying flat in there. Let me close it up a little more. Okay. So I will cut that afterwards. So now we want to make sure before we go to the other side that this is all laying right. Yes, okay. Now we're going to go to this side and do this crimp cover. Open this up. Put that down in there, and there's my crimp bead. The babies are so small. Okay, so then we have this. Lift it up just a hair. I squeeze it closed. And I really pull on that. That's closed. And I take this wire and I put it back down through a few of them, and it kind of will pop out. You kind of want to bend it a little bit like this. You see where it's, there it is. Trying to put that in when I'm bending it, it's not going in right. Okay, here we go. I just saw it pop out here. Of course, because I'm on camera, it's not working. I think that's always how it works. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. Here we go. There we go. Ta-da! Okay. And I pull that like that. There we go. I knew it would behave. You just got to show it who's boss. So then, close that up like that. I'm going to take that, throw that out. And I kind of just open that up. Make sure you do not cut the wrong wire though, because if you do, you'll be like, oh my gosh, what did I do? Okay, so now you have the jump rings, and I don't like to put the lobster clasp right on the crimp cover because I think it can wear that down. I always like to have a jump ring in between, just for like a buffer zone. So now I'm going to open this up, put the lobster clasp on. Put that on. And then this lobster clasp, I always like to make sure, kind of make sure it's totally closed and no gaps. So then I take my round nose pliers and I just bend that a teeny bit to give that a little bit of movement backwards. Then I do that forwards and that locks up. I'm going to do that here. And then we have this really pretty pendant necklace. I think it looks so fun. This is such a fun necklace. Okay, so now let's make the earrings to go with it. So let me put this aside. Okay, so now we have these. We have these. Okay, let me get a few more of these fun beads. Okay. So now we're going to start with the flower, and then the aventurine, and then another flower, and then one of these pretty babies, like that, and one of the rondelles, and another one of those. Oh, and then one of the squares. And this is it right here. I like to use my round nose pliers to bend that. And then with the tip, bring it back like that. So that's one. Now we're going to do the other one. Have the other flower. Aventurine. And the other flower. These pretty ones. The rondelle. That. I'm going to do. Oop, 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 oop. I'm going to do another square. Okay, so here we go. I always lay it next to it when I'm looking, just to make sure. Last thing you want to do is close up an ear wire or a head pin and realize you did it wrong. Okay. So now I'm going to take this. Okay, so now we have this. Just bend that a teeny bit. Just take the tip. And bring it like that. So then take my ear wires and you hook this baby on. And then you do this one. And there you go. So move this stuff out of the way so I can show you the finished product. So here is this really pretty earring and pendant set using my Beebeecraft beads that I picked out. I did pick out these gorgeous red beads, but it was hard to work with them because I didn't really have any, when I picked out my last order, I didn't really have anything to work with these. So when I get my next batch that I order, I'm gonna get beads to match with this so that I can make something really pretty using these, because these are absolutely gorgeous, these beads. So, yeah, I did use them. Let me show you this. I did have some super duos. One of these. and I did use them to make these earrings. I thought these were really pretty. I've been working with them, but yeah, so I did use these gorgeous beads to make these earrings, and I think they turned out so cute. So I have been working with them, but I'm gonna get some other stuff from Beebeecraft, and then I will do a tutorial next time with those. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will leave the link below to Beebeecraft and a BN Jewelry 10 for 10% off your order, like I said. And I will leave a link to the YouTube program as well if you're interested in that, if you are a YouTuber and you watch me. And I will leave a link to all of my social media, my Etsy, my Instagram, my Pinterest, and my Facebook pages. So if you don't subscribe to me, I suggest you do, because I have a lot more videos coming up. And I really appreciate each and one of you for watching. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on my next video.